a classic Bond movie, and of course they play with this from time to time, but the classic Bond movie starts with an action scene which has nothing to do with the story. Often it's sort of at the motorcycle through the market level, or skiing is quite popular at the beginning. Nothing very dramatic, but a bit of shooting, a couple of small explosions, you know, and you're going, yes, it's James, he's back, boom. Yeah, it's that moment of real strong engagement.
Yeah.
After that, James goes back to London and he gets his briefing and some new toys. It's actually a bit boring, blah, blah, blah. But you're sort of enjoying the moment. Oh, look at that suit. Oh, I love the car. I wish I had a car like that. Then James goes off on a couple of sub-adventures, usually at 3 different locations, and each one of them is getting more exotic and more exciting for us and more dangerous for James. The stakes get bigger. So it might be like like Paris, wow. Bangkok, wow. The moon, wow. Like this, yeah, going up and up. Then at the end of a Bond movie, you always get that big confrontation with the evil super genius in the evil super genius base with 500 ninjas or the volcano rocket ship or whatever it is, yeah? And James saves the world and gets the girl in a totally non-objectifying way, etc. Yeah, but it's the biggest moment of the movie in terms of budget, in terms of the frequency of editing, in terms of the volume. It's a massive boom at the end. So we've kind of had this boom, wow, 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 boom. And that's the basic structure. Oh, and by the way, after that, that's not the end of the movie. James has to become human again at the end so we can empathize with him. And this is really important in service design. So at the end, James usually messes up. In a couple of movies, at the end, there's a death. I don't want to give away any spoilers here, but for example, his wife dies at the end of a couple of movies. That's a real downer, But most Bond movies are more fluffy, you know. I don't think Roger Moore could even carry that from the acting point of view. So usually he's tricked in some way by his friend Felix. You know, in my favorite example, he's in a rubber boat on the ocean with the girl, you know, about to, get romantic with her, and then suddenly the American submarine surfaces under the boat. Whoop, 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 whoop. You know, all the water runs away, and James doesn't get the girl just yet. And, you think, yeah, James' life is just like mine. You know, you save the world, and you don't get your reward just yet. But I believe that, like me, so when we are seeing a James Bond structure in an experience, it's got a really strong start. Boom. Then it goes down a bit and it builds in emphasis. Wow, wow, wow. There's an even stronger crescendo. Boom. Oh. And at the moment, a little human moment at the end. I call it the ah. So you've got boom, wow, 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 boom, ah. And that's the classic structure. You'll find the same thing in a rock concert. You'll find the same thing on a cruise ship, the same thing on a whole CD, on a TV series, on a TV episode. Lots of very enclosed experiences where the people organizing the experience really direct it. Yeah, they can make this kind of perfect arc. There are many other arcs, but that's kind of the big classic one.